Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 52nd installment of Bull Sitting on TSWS Gaming. This week we celebrate or cringe at the mighty LuLu Cheng take a chance on probably the best handheld console / portable PC, and finally, we shall marvel at the groundbreaking and genius new vision Square Enix are willing to stake their long-term future on. I'm your host, Loke7, and joining me today is Mr. Behind Them Sticks, Ham Solo, the man that loves games more than anyone alive, Mr. Matt Likes Games, and our special guest to finally balance out an African podcast, Mr. K. Asante. Welcome to TSWS Gaming. Mr. K. Asante, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy to be here. My mission is accomplished. I've been slandering y'all in the chat for so long. Now I get to do it right on the show. It's a beautiful thing. Let's go.
He finally reveals his master plan. Okay, Mr. K. Asante, we have a little ritual here that everyone has as well for the guests on their podcasts. 3 simple questions, very simple, no bias. No one's going to force you to say or not to say. But okay, so here's the first question. What is the best game of all time?
Tetris.
Oh, that was quick.
Yes. Great choice.
Objectively. No come on now.
No, nothing. Yeah. Just
nothing. It's Tetris. So, I'm not saying I play it every day, but it's objectively the greatest game of all time. Next question.
Yes. Amen. Amen, brother. What is the best console of all time?
Ooh, now that is very subjective. Oh, Lord. For me, like me personally, it's got to be the OG Xbox.
Yeah.
Because of the old and Mr. Behind Them Sticks knows why. I owe a lot of my career today to that OG Xbox. I began my tinkering on the OG Xbox, which has led me into the technology realm and all that. So for me, it's the thing with the hard drive that I turned into a media center that's still alive today that runs like 4 terabytes of all this. It's the OG Xbox for me.
There you go. It's a good choice.
Okay. Oh, yeah, let's go. You said it right.
Okay, Ham. Let's go to the next question. Yes, Ante, what is the best current console? And when I say current console, don't bring up the Ouya or all these other niche consoles. I'm talking about
like the real console.
So play the real consoles: PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo.
Oh Lord, it depends on. That's a very subjective one, right? Because it depends on the type of games you want, right? Like, I can't pick one because I play them all. I do. Like, I just can't do that. I'm sorry, I can't do that for you. No, I can't. Like when I want a sad dad simulator, I go to my sad dad simulator. When I want like 10 frames per second, I go to my Switch. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Okay, let me put it this way, Kesante. You are being shipped to a remote island. You can only take one console for the next month. Which one are you taking?
I went to Ghana for 3 weeks. Had nothing with me but old. Does that count?
Old what?
The Steam Deck.
Steam Deck, baby.
That's not a console.
That counts. That counts. Yeah. Don't listen to Luke.
Like, what are we talking about here? I played so many games on this thing.
Yeah,
because you can plug it into the TV.
Exactly. You can play it like a console. You can play it like a console.
All right, Ham, put it in the chat. Is the Steam Deck a console? Put the poll up. It didn't take us long. It didn't take us long to diverge. All right,
it is a console. It just also happens to be a PC, but it is a console.
Dude, as soon as you put PC in, right? As soon as you put PC,
it's there for your convenience. It's there for your convenience. I could use this thing every day and never once use the PC on it ever.
I can use this thing to play everything on all the other platforms.
Yeah, it's a console.
You can do that with
what are we talking about?
You can't do it with my laptop. You can do it with a laptop as well.
No, but I mean actual controls like a console. Like I can do that. Come on now.
Your laptop's not a console.
That framing of that question itself is flawed, sir. So there we go.
No. We have to come up with what we call a definition for a console. Console.
Well, okay.
definition of a console cannot be it has analog sticks and
Mhm.
some like a D-pad and face pads. That's not what
Isn't that
constitutes a
necessarily
console.
what every console in our modern age has, though?
Well, that's
Yes,
that
but a
also.
console. Let me maybe
Yeah.
give my definition, then you guys can deconstruct it if I'm wrong. A
Just
console, in
talking
my
about
opinion,
nothing.
a console, in my opinion, is
Uh-huh.
a box, right? That you play games on, that
Yeah.
you need to uh, essentially break to do other things besides play games or besides open the apps that the manufacturer allowed
So it needs to be
to
a locked
be installed.
down, like walled
Yes,
garden type situation. Is that what you're
But
talking
yes,
about?
but you can.
yes.
But that is exactly what this is until you mess with it. That is
I was
like
about to say the same thing.
you turn this on and it takes you into a console experience. You're at a main
That's it.
menu, you have your games, and that's it. Unless you mess with it, in which case it becomes a PC.
If you want to be a troglodyte, you can just hit the button and
Yeah.
always be in your troglodyte world. You don't
A
have to
Yeah.
go any
troglodyte.
further.
A troglodyte. Okay, okay,
Oh
fine.
I'm
man,
here
low
for the slander. I
deceiving.
apologize. Come on.
This was fun. Let's get into the show. Smash the
Let's
like
do it.
button and ring the bell. Smash the like button and ring the bell, because even though TSWS Gaming already signed a 10-year contract with Microsoft, we still haven't ironed out a proper algorithm deal with YouTube. So please smash the like button. Mr. K. Asante, let's just get into it. Let's go straight into it. Steam Deck available at a lower price for a limited time. Thank you for showing us your copy or your Steam Deck. This comes from Game Rant. The 64 gigabyte Steam Deck retails for $399. The $399. The 256 gigabyte Steam Deck is $529, and the 512 gigabyte Steam Deck is $650. There are more specific differences, like the 64 gigabytes handheld MMC drive versus the
A
NVMe's
little
drives.
slower.
I have no idea what that is.
Just a slower drive.
Yeah.
Sure, as
It's
well
a
as
little slower.
anti-glare screen for the 512 gigabyte.
Yeah. That was
Again,
snake oil. That's also
I don't
snake
know
oil.
what
It
that.
doesn't really
All
matter.
right, please,
Yeah.
please break it down for us. What is the eMMC drive versus the NVMe drive difference?
NVMe and eMMC is just two different protocols. One is slower than the other. So if you get the middle version or the highest version, you get the NVMe drive. If you get the lowest version, you get the eMMC drive. Chances are you won't even notice the difference. You just won't. Like if you do get the small one, you'll probably want to like supplement with an SD card or something like that. But
Yeah.
realistically, you will never notice a difference. Anti-glare, all that, you won't notice a difference. If you're trying to buy a deck, buy the middle one. That's it.
Perfect.
Okay. What is a protocol?
What's a protocol? It is a method by which data transfers from the SoC, which is the system on a chip, to the end component, which in this case is storage devices. You're talking to a technologist, so there you go.
Right, dude. Everything you just said burned into my mind. I understand it. I'm like ready to go out and purchase my
It's
Steam
basically
Deck. Thank you.
it's basically what they were trying to tell you about the PS5's fast SSD. Yeah, that's an NVMe drive.
Oh, we will be discussing the SSD, the almighty
Oh, I
SSD.
can't wait for that. I
The
can't wait.
Kraken compression.
Yeah.
All right. Tortoise Hawaii coming in with the slander says, okay, now what's a chip? Tortoise, don't mess with me. All right? Don't mess with
Praise,
me.
ruffles, you got all
Get
kinds.
him.
Yeah, exactly,
I've
Matt.
already had to listen. I've already had to listen to people talking about Steam Deck being a console, and to the Xbox One, the first Xbox being the greatest console of all time. I'm already on edge.
I said
today,
for me.
right? I'm already on edge.
For me.
Also
for
true.
me.
It just is.
Settle down. Let me finish this
Kesante,
article.
it's fine.
Let me
You
get
don't
into
have
it
to defend
properly.
yourself. It is.
So Valve has launched a limited discount for all three Steam Deck SKUs, cutting 10% off each handheld PC price. See, PC price. That brings the 64 gigabyte Steam Deck down to $360. The
That's a steal.
$259. yeah, the 256 gigabyte down to $477, and the 512 gigabyte down to $584. The
Dang.
10%, the 10
It's making me
10% Steam Deck.
it's making it hard for me to get it this. I've been looking at the A and Neo for a hot minute now, and
Don't do it.
Get it, man.
I'm saying
do it.
like the only reason I want it is because it's Windows based, and I want to be able to do podcasting while on the road.
Brother, I have
Yeah.
Windows running on this, and it's easy. Let's
But
go.
I hear that it's just
Ooh.
a battery murder.
No, it's not. It's not.
Ooh,
It's not. It's not a battery
that's
murder.
interesting.
I have Windows running on this thing, and there's a specific variant
download
of Windows
games
you can
native
run
on
on
it?
here. I'm playing native games. All the games you can't play on the Steam OS side, you can play on here. No anti-cheat BS because it's
Ooh,
Windows.
I'm getting into that.
So
getting into
you're
that.
playing Game Pass games natively on your Steam Deck.
Native from scratch, homie. Let's go.
I hate you, K Asante, because now I'm finna
What?
I'm finna go drop a bill. I'm finna
Wait.
drop a few bills apparently.
Wait,
Especially with this sale. Oh damn. This dude
Mhm.
done took money
Two
right out of my
questions.
pocket today.
What's happening?
yes, Sante. I have two questions for you.
Yes, sir.
First, would you be willing to help me do a setup of Game Pass on my Steam Deck step by step?
100%, brother. You know all you need to put all this together? That's an
What?
SD card. That's all you need. That's a 1 terabyte SD card. Windows is on here. All my games is on here. Whenever I want to play it, I pop it in. I boot into Windows. I'm in Windows, and I stay there. When I'm ready to go back to SteamOS, take it out. I'm in SteamOS.
But can
So
you
the achievement
can you handle a
normally-
tough game? Like let's say
Cyberpunk
I
2077. I think there's nothing tougher.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Play it on there. Yeah.
No
So
problem.
there you go.
I mean, you
No
just
problem.
shoulder shrug like it's just not a
It's
thing.
no problem, baby. And I see Mr. Joanna Dark in the chat. He knows what I'm talking about. it's all like this.
Mr.
right?
Joanna
What?
Dark, he is coercing me out of getting
Yes.
and Neo, and he's telling
Come
me to
on.
get
It's
Steam
$350
Deck.
compared to like $1,000, bro.
it's a
There's no comparison.
$60.
Yes. Right, today is the day. If you're on the fence, today's
Dude.
the day you get the deck. Go ahead, do that.
All
do
right,
that
I'm
real
gonna
quick.
get the deck. God damn it.
Let's fucking go. Oh yes, yes.
So-
I'm getting the deck
The sale-
today then because I've been sitting here saving. I got about a G
Mhm.
saved up for gaming stuff because my wife doesn't like me deviating outside of what I got
Mhm. Yeah,
saved
you gotta
away
stay in
for
the
it.
budget, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yep,
budgets.
and I was thinking I'm gonna save $300 more and
Mhm.
get the A and Neo with the 30 with the 32.
So let me tell you why I think the deck is better. Not to say that the Aya Neo is bad, because it's not bad at all. It's a great device, a lot of power. But these guys stand behind this thing, and they're going to stand behind it for years to come, meaning they're going to keep making it better and better as you go along. Whereas the minute that the Aya Neo releases something, they're on to the next variant. So you
It's
get
done.
stuck with what you got, and that's it. Right? I want a company that stands behind and continues to iterate on the same product. And that's this guy. So there you go.
Man,
It wasn't
Mr.
a-
Joanna Dark's calling me a fraud. He's calling me everything.
sir.
There was
in the chat
there was
right
like
now.
100.
He's disrespecting me hard.
He can call you a fraud all he wants, but he hollers at me in the DMs when he needs some tips for the old deck. So I'll see you there, Joanna Dark. Me and you.
Ooh, they're exposing y'all here, Mr. Joanna Dark.
He's a good dude. I like him. He's a great dude.
Exposed.
There's like
All right,
100
so,
software updates for that thing in the last year, right?
That's
Over
right.
100.
Yes,
something like that.
yes.
This will drive the point home real quick.
Every 2 weeks.
Real quick, this will drive the point home. Where on what handheld can you play a game and then the next day they go, oh, by the way, we've unlocked ray tracing, so now you can play it with ray tracing on. Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Without
did that
paying
with
more.
Doom Eternal. Without paying more, without the frame rate going to two frames per second, it's still 60, but you can do that on Doom Eternal right now.
That's the one of the. I mean, it's great that you brought up the whole ray tracing thing. The one thing that's made me very like nervous to get the Aya Neo is the support behind it.
Exactly.
I don't
Exactly.
know how long. I mean, I just got done working at a place that just closed the doors. So I look and I'm like, am I gonna want to invest again into something that's gonna close the doors? And I don't know how great. I understand they've been in the game for a minute now,
for a long time. Yeah.
But
they're good at hardware, not at software support. That's what they're there for. And you want Steam behind you, because for as long as you're around, Steam got your back, right? Even those who clown and say they had a Steam controller and that controller is not supported anymore, the Steam controller lives on, because all of those protocols that they created for the Steam controller, they now use for the Steam Deck. They reuse everything. They will, 6 years from now, people will be still using this thing. So why not?
Tortoise Hawaii says Game Pass is coming to Tamagotchis in 2024.
And there's my Windows 11 running on the deck, like butter, son. I'm just saying, you could do it. I just reinstalled the new version, so it's not ready to go. But yes, operating system running on it. Yeah, it's good. Holla at me. I'll show you how to do it. It's all good.
There you go.
Good
Matt's
time.
interested.
I'm very interested in that. Very interested.
So the sale is live now, and it'll last until March 23rd, 10 a.m. PDT. I'm guessing Pacific daytime or something.
Pacific sale something, yeah.
Yeah, Pacific something. Mr. Jonathan says, can you check, is Gabe Newell as
disguised?
Oh, disguised.
If I was Gabe Newell, do you think I'd be sitting right here right now, sir? I'd be working on my brain orientation computers and whatnot. Get out of here with that. I'd be so rich. Get out.
Yes, Ante. Someone needs to come there and take off the mask.
And just rip off the mask. Yes.
Who's under there? Gabe Newell.
No.
Tortoise Hawaii says, in all seriousness, though, I never use my Steam Deck at this point. All right, Tortoise Hawaii, are you willing to sell? And how much would you sell it for? Some of us ain't got 360 to go like now.
Loke would buy it in a heartbeat, probably too.
You would buy it?
I said Loke would buy it in a heartbeat.
If it's at a reasonable price, yes. All right, so we've been talking about it. I'm guessing, Kersante, you're going to say yes to this question, but is this good value for money?
I think so. I mean, I ended up buying the top tier one. That's why I'm telling you it's not necessary, because I bought that, right? And I'm like, I could have bought the middle one and still been fine. But $350, that's, at least in the States, you save what, $40? That's pretty good. Yeah, absolutely. Even at $399, it is a freaking steal. Like, it is crazy that you're getting so much at that price. So I think it is, yeah.
All right. Ham Solo, is this good value?
Golly, man. This is frustrating.
He's got his credit card right off frame right now. He's just like,
he's about to swipe.
That's right, bro.
I mean, I'm getting close to that right now, because it's just hard to like for me, the whole selling point for the Eye Neo to me was it being Windows based.
Yep.
And I could just turn it on and just do it right then and there. Like, do anything I want right then and there. And from what I heard from Matt, what I've heard just in general, that like if you download Windows onto your Steam Deck, it's just murders your battery, and it just doesn't run very well on there. That's not what it's there to do. That's not what the Steam Deck is for, or whatever.
No, and that is all true. That's not hyperbole. You know, if you go and you download standard Windows and you put it on there, it will run, but then you're running a battery really fast, you're down and the fan spinning really high. But as we've gone along, because remember, this is a year from the time the deck has come out, a lot has happened since that time. So there are variants of Windows now called Tiny 11 that literally are 2 gigs or less that installs on an SD card. So it removes all the BS from Windows that you don't need from it. That's what's running on here, right? There are tools that people have done that called Steam Deck tools for Windows, and literally everything you can do on the Linux side, you can now do on their side. So you can curve the battery life and the fan speed and all that. Like you can literally just install them as you would any application, and then it's just exactly like you want it to be. It's very turnkey now, right? I think we had this conversation with a couple of days ago with a couple of buddies of mine. It's not ready for prime time. Like anybody picks up a Steam Deck running Windows and you move forward, but it's still quite ready to go. Like if you're a capable individual, if you have any amount of tinkering within your soul, and you can spend a Saturday afternoon, you'll be fine. It's all good.
I can't tinker. What I need, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I've been saying that I really, really want to see
Mm-hmm.
is I want Xbox to give me a portable Xbox so I can play my games on the
Mhm.
go. And
Native, not cloud.
yeah, yes, native.
Yep.
And all the
Yeah.
talk I've heard about the Steam Deck is that you have to do a whole bunch of tinkering all the time to
No,
make
that's
it
not the
even
case.
No,
No,
passable.
that's definitely not
Like,
the case. That's not the case.
I don't need all that work,
Yeah.
man. I want something where
Mhm.
I buy a game on my console, for example.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
I'm installing it, and then I'm also installing it on my Steam Deck. I'm playing
We're
at
not
home on
there
a
yet.
Sunday, and
You're
then
not
on
there yet.
Monday,
Yeah.
I'm at work lunchtime. I turn on the Steam Deck and I continue from wherever I left it off on
Yeah.
Sunday.
So
That's what I
with my setup currently with the little SD card, I can do that. So like if I'm playing, like right now I have Hogwarts running on my X. I've been hundreds of hours into Hogwarts, right? If I want to switch and play it on the deck, I can do that. And then of course, since it's Xbox, it'll synchronize the save, so I can play there, play here. That stuff you can do, but it definitely does require some setup. If you are like an Xbox dude and you want to live in that Xbox ecosystem, it requires an afternoon of tinkering, we'll say, right? Just to set it up. Once you're done, it's good to go. You'll be able to move forward and do that. I was doing
forever.
the same thing with Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah.
I don't mind tinkering once,
Yeah. To
but I
set
don't
it
want to
up.
be tinkering every
Yep.
few weeks or months or whatever.
No. That's it. You set it up. It'll update anytime you need it to update. Just like Windows, it'll update in the background and all that stuff. You play here, you play there. Every time you boot it up, it synchronizes your save, and you're good to go. Yeah.
Okay, I have to point out some logic is being spewed here in the comment
Okay.
section. RSJ fan says Steam Deck isn't really a console; it's more of a handheld.
He's just supporting this statement. That's all he's doing.
I'm just saying it's not a console. All right, that's what I'm. It might be a PC, it might be a handheld, might be a hybrid, might be whatever.
It's a
but don't
console
call it
like.
It's a
How about
console.
that? It's a console like. Look, the only difference between a Steam Deck and a normal console is a normal console, you actually have to break it hard before you can actually do something with it. I have a jailbroken like Switch somewhere here, which requires, you put this in here and you install on your PC. No, this one, if you choose to live in that ecosystem, you turn it on, you're looking at Steam Deck. It'll just be there forever. You can go to your store. I like this one. You download it. And these days, a lot of them come deck verified. So it just runs. You don't even have to go tinker with anything. You can be a console troglodyte all day, every day. Just be there. No big deal.
Dude,
You're fine.
you can say console troglodyte 10,000 times. I don't care. I am
You could
what I
be
am, bro.
you could be a Civic
Alright.
a Honda Civic driver all day. But if you choose
Oh my
to be a
God.
Tesla,
I
if you
drive
choose to
Range
be a
Rover.
Tesla owner, you could go there too.
Land Rover, dude, Defender, Discovery. All right, this guy on the Civic.
Look, man. Look, I am here to fulfill the role of slander in the chat, but I happen to be on the show now, so I got to keep my role. Right?
Lord.
No, but
Alright.
if you're seriously
Let's-
considering it, I can help you through it. It's not hard at all.
All right, I'm glad. Matt, is this good
Yeah.
value?
That is. It almost makes me a little angry that I didn't wait a few weeks and get it on sale. Honestly, because I got mine not too long ago. So,
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
this was
Okay.
like 3 weeks ago. You got yours.
yeah. So I could have waited and got it for like what, $480 or whatever it is right now.
I mean, you could call Steam real quick. Give Valve a call. They are actually known to be relatively decent. They might actually throw you some bucks.
What?
That might be worth a shot, maybe.
I know people who buy stuff on Amazon and then a week later it goes on sale and they call Amazon and they get their money back. They get the difference. You can do that if you are a caller.
Damn, that makes me
Yeah.
want to move to the States. They give you money back for buying too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, because you're still within your return policy, right? You're still within that time, so you could technically return it and then rebuy it. Why go through the hassle? They'll just give you the
it
difference.
saves them the hassle of you putting something back
Not a
on
bad
the
idea.
shelf that they'd have to sell used, and then you just picking up a brand new one. It saves them the disappointment as well as it saves you.
Yeah.
All right, good to know. Lil Satan says it's a sex toy. I don't know. I you know what?
We'll
You might be
say,
onto
no,
something.
my God, what's up?
It's been so
RSJ,
long since I've seen his name.
it's
It's
been a
awesome.
Let's
minute.
go.
We miss you, bruv. RSJ says it's a PC handheld, much like smartphone. I mean, this guy is making a lot of sense. RSJ, you're always welcome on TSWS Gaming. Cult Classic Kate says K Asante is spitting them facts. All right. Mr. Jonah Duck says Steam Deck gives you console-like experience on the go and the ability to play console-type games. Steam Deck is not a smart. All right. I will leave the violence in the comment section.
Man, it's getting violent in the chat. Y'all need to chill.
Yes, it is. Someone get some tissue. We need to wipe after they're done.
You said
Next,
a
we have
smartphone.
final.
Disrespectful.
Next,
That's
hey,
insane.
Razer makes some killer smartphones for gaming.
Has a Snapdragon in it.
Yep. The Snapdragon 3. Final
Sounds
Fantasy
extreme.
16. Okay, all right. Final Fantasy 16 devs say only PS5 can handle the game's combat. It's that SSD, y'all. So this is from
Oh my
Kotaku.
God.
After playing a curated section of Final Fantasy 16, IGN found that the game's boss battles seamlessly transition between player-controlled combat and cinematic cutscenes. The gaming publication asked Square Enix about this blend, with producer Naoki Yoshida saying the team was able to achieve its impeccable transitions because the PS5 is working hard in the background. So this is a quote from Yoshida. While you're battling Ifrit and Garuda and having that big battle, in the background, the PS5 is loading the next scene. It's getting ready so we can seamlessly move into it. The big battle Yoshida is talking about is the Icon battle. There are massive kaiju-like fights in kaiju? In Final Fantasy 16, in which you as protagonist Clive Rosefield can assume the body of a series of iconic summons to stomp on another summon. Back to the quotes. You are graphically representing the fists and claws and the wings, and all in real time, and all this beautiful graphics, and having all these different options. But to be able to do all those seamlessly without any load times is possible because of the power of the PS5. If we didn't have the memory the PS5 has, and also the transfer speed of the SSD that the PS5 has, we would still be in development right now.
Are they
Asante,
not in development right now?
facts or fiction? I wouldn't say fact or fiction. It's marketing. That's what that is. That's exactly what that is. It is absolute marketing. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from the PS5. They put a lot of good work into it. The AMD fast switching. They have this thing. The best way I can describe it is you have 2 cups of water in your hand, and you keep pouring water back. The 2 cups, and you keep pouring back and forth like this. That's what the PS5 does. Throws resources to the CPU when it needs it. Throws CPU resources to the GPU when it needs it. Back and forth really quickly. So because of that, it's able to hit heights that normal machines that have the same processors can't do. And of course, they're building it to the metal. So nothing to take away from them, but what this man is describing is just pure marketing. That's what that is. Because at the highest heights that it's going, it's not using a PCIe 4.0 transfer speed, even though the PS5 is capable of that. When this game comes out, I'll be able to play it on the old deck. And when I do so, I'll be playing it off an SSD, like off of an SD card, right? There is no crack in the architecture in the SD card, and still it'll run just as well. It's absolute hogwash. It's absolute hogwash is what it is. Yes. Just like, what is it? Unreal Engine 5 is only possible on hogwash. That's what it is.
Oh,
how about Godfall, though? I bet you can't get that thing running over there.
I played Godfall on the deck.
I did. All that gold and glitter and Godfall, man. I don't know. I don't think the Steam Deck can handle all of that. I'm just saying.
That's too much fidelity.
Absolute hogwash is what that is. I won't swear. I'm being appropriate right now.
Nah, man. Go balls in, dude. Just go with it. Say whatever you
Pause.
like.
Yeah, no.
No.
Balls,
Look,
balls
look,
in.
Gracious.
No,
All the
no.
way in, brother.
Balls
the way
in. What are we doing? What's happening?
You know
I know,
what's going
right?
on here? No.
So
No,
let's go to
truth
the
be
chat.
told, it is just plain. It's just plain marketing. That's what it is. That's all it is.
So Mr. Jonah Dark actually agrees with you. He says only PS5 gave them money for that game. LOL. Didn't they say this about Godfall? And I can run that on a mechanical
Yes.
7200
RPM.
RPM HDD. See, this is one of those things that's like super funny for people that are in PC, right? And then the console players are like, okay, why was this funny? I don't get it. Why is that funny?
It's funny because and I said this before, and people gave me a bit of smack for that. It's like luxury car owners watching like domestic car owners fight over heated seats, and deciding that's the next generation. That's what that is.
Ooh.
That's literally what that is. It is like, and even in the PC world where people are running 4090s and big monster machines, you will never see it use 40% of the resources you have. Like, it just never does, because the lowest common denominator is always a very low spec PC, like very low spec PC, right? So as long as there are people in the world that own, which is most of us, that own low spec PCs, nobody trying to make any money is going to be like, well, your minimum spec is a PS5 fast SSD. Sure, they'll say that to make you PS5 owners feel happy, but then it'll come to PC and it'll run off a potato.
Or they'll give you crazy specs for like amazing generational titles like Forspoken. Cult Classic Cake says Final Fantasy 16 is wet. Difference between Godfall and Final Fantasy 16 is that Godfall is trash. Okay, all right.
Well, we don't know how Final Fantasy 16 will be yet. It's not out yet, so we shall see.
It looks great.
I know it looks great to you, Lo.
It looks something.
I mean, it has them cutscenes that last a day and a half. So I know Lo
trying to watch a movie.
Wait to feast the sickest teeth into some Final Fantasy.
It also has the dark skinned people that look like white people that have had a really, really long tans, but that's a whole different conversation. We'll move quickly along.
Square Enix really knows how to model a black person, don't they?
Oh, let's not go there, because otherwise I'm gonna be late for my
They're good
5
at
o'clock. I'm sorry. And by the way, Loke, I have a bone to pick with you, because I think you know my feelings on certain Square titles and stuff, and there's a lot of Square news today. I think you want me to come out of pocket.
It's really too bad. It's too bad you won't be here till the end.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
My last point is not gonna be fun for Square fans. I'm just fair warning to anyone.
I'll be listening in, and I'll be watching in the chat. I'm sorry. I unfortunately I don't have too much longer to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, fair warning to anyone that loves Square Enix.
That's nobody here.
Wear your diapers, all right?
Okay.
Ham Solo, what are your thoughts on the Final Fantasy dev saying PS5 can make Jesus come back?
Wow.
That's amazing.
Jeez Louise. I mean, they said that. This is a different conversation right now. But
Cold analogy, Ham.
But yeah, I see what you're saying, and I mean, I think it's just kind of funny that, I mean, because the thing is that we know it. We know that it's just like, just a bunch of words. But let's be real. The people that are gonna see that are gonna be blown away. That don't look at all of this stuff from a day-to-day perspective like we do. People that don't own the PlayStation 5 but still play Final Fantasy games on older hardware, they're gonna look at this and be like, what? No way. And go out and get it. And I don't blame them, because I used to be one of those people. So I mean, this is, in my book, this is just another great smack for for Sony when it comes to marketing. They can smack a ton of people over the head with it and get away with it, when in reality we know that this thing isn't as powerful as they're leading it on to be.
Yeah. And Loke, I know you wanted some smoke, so I'll give you a little bit of that. Xbox is the better, more powerful console. But just because you have the biggest, most powerful hammer doesn't mean you make the best house.
Wait, you know what? I didn't want this kind of smoke. What are you talking about? The most powerful console?
It is the most, and you know what? And you know how I know that? Because I spend days on the speeds and feeds. I'm telling you, it's a better console. But just because you wear Jordan sneakers doesn't mean you can dunk like him.
Damn. Okay.
You understand? So there you go.
Yep.
Look like he took that personal. That was fantastic.
he felt a little offended.
Loke got offended. Loke doesn't like when you're talking about Xbox. He can't do it.
That's not true. That's not true. I love me some Xbox. Everyone knows this. All right. Stop it.
I mean, you're not making it very clear.
It's up to Xbox to show us the full capabilities of their tech, because I can see it on paper and go, yeah, that thing is far more powerful. But if you don't show it to the masses, it's no one's fault when they're giving you smoke for it. And I will sit back and say, yep, you have every right to throw smoke at them, right? I expect them to release something that makes you go, okay, now I understand. And they haven't done that. So those of us that know the speeds and feeds can say whatever we want, but when you see it, they may have the best hardware in the world. What have they done with it? There you go.
They need to start showing it.
Exactly.
Xbox. Listen to hire Asante. All right, hire Asante. We want
man,
that.
I'll take it. Let's go. I'll take it.
Let's go. All right. Matt, is this just marketing, console wars, or is it truth?
Yes.
Is the PS5 capable of performing technological miracles?
It's just marketing. It's smart on Sony's part, because like Ham said, most people aren't gonna read into this. They're gonna see that and they're gonna be like, wow, that's amazing, I need a PS5. So it's just marketing. They did the same thing with Forspoken, same thing with Godfall. All these games eventually come to PC. You run it on an HDD hard drive, just a standard old hard drive, runs fine, no problems. So it's just marketing. It's smart on their part, but it's nonsense. It's nonsense.
Lying Square Enix. Next, more Square Enix. Just great news. Square Enix shows a trailer for Symbiogenesis, an NFT game. Says it'll have, count them, 10,000 characters. So this is from VGC. Symbiogenesis is the publisher's first attempt to make a game using NFTs and blockchain technology. Square Enix claims that 10,000 NFT characters that will be made available will have a unique design with various races and professions, along with images that can be used as social media profile pictures. Oh, God. The 10,000 characters will be sold. The 10,000 characters will be sold as each chapter is revealed, of which
Square 10,000 chapters?
There will be 6 chapters settled out.
Okay. Like, damn.
It also,
a lot of characters per chapter.
Players will progress through the main story and missions while also unlocking the stories held by the characters. Find the items hidden throughout the floating continent and determine the ending of the story by participating in the world mission, where the ultimate choice will be made. So very,
Jeez, that was
very
a lot of
vague.
words.
Yes.
You didn't say a whole lot within them either.
That was like a 30-second trailer.
Ham Solo, you psyched for Symbiogenesis. Is this the future of video games?
I just got done saying you said a bunch without saying anything.
Damn.
So no, I'm not excited for this at all. When people say like these grand size numbers and then they say there's a dollar tag, attached to all this stuff, it's like, oh God, that's a magazine I don't want to go through. I don't want to. I don't want to play it. I'm good. You know what? But I am very interested in it and just watching it fall apart. I think this is I think this is just gonna be terrible. It's gonna be very, very fun to watch, especially as a content creator. Just
When
watching it
people
just
say I'm
crumble.
the toxic one of the SWSK, seriously, this guy's got the match and the petrol, just waiting for a chance to make the bonfire bigger. Seriously. K
Absolutely.
Asante,
I brought the hairspray too. Let's have fun.
oh no, oh, the detergent as well, it's all going in there. See, Cozy Beluga. Now, this is
Whoa.
someone we all need to be listening to. Okay, Cozy, welcome. She says
Whoa.
Steam Deck is a PC. Take
Uh-huh.
it, read it, and weep,
Uh-huh.
gentlemen. All right?
Is she an owner of said
it's no
Steam
end of
Deck?
discussion.
Is
What?
she an owner of the Steam Deck? Let's move
Listen,
swiftly along, shall we?
I
Okay,
don't-
yes.
I
If you
don't
have to
think
be
she
an
is.
owner, hold on. If you have to be an
Uh-huh.
owner of
Uh-huh.
a product to speak on it,
Okay.
then
Whoa.
a lot of people are gonna have to shut up about everything.
Look, I'm telling you, once you get your hands on the Steam Deck, you're gonna be like, "Wow, this is so easy to use." Kind
It's
of
a
like a
console.
console.
That's
Kind
the
of like
only
a
reason why I
console.
ask. It's the only reason why I ask,
Yeah,
right? It's the only reason why
that's
I
gonna
ask.
be your thought, Loke.
It's the only
You know
reason
what?
why I ask.
Asante and Matt,
Mhm.
you guys underestimate my will to be right. Like I might even see it as a console, but I'll never say
You'll
it
never say-
live.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll
you'll never say
say
it.
it live.
I understand you, my African brother. He will put his head in the fire just to prove that it's ice. I get you. It's cool, baby. It's good.
Okay, I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna go that far. Cozy says there was a 3-truck pileup. That's why she's not here. Cozy,
Oh
Oh
wish
my
you all the
God.
best. Please be safe. Don't worry. Next week, Asante will be right back here.
Yeah, I'll be
because
back.
you won't be-
I'm
you won't
actually
be able
almost
to
about
host up.
almost time for me to be
Yeah.
out, but I will definitely be back. 100%. I love y'all show, so I'll definitely be back for sure.
All right. So Cozy,
Sounds good.
be safe. All right. No need to rush.
Stay
We'll
safe,
be
Cozy.
here for the rest of 2023 and 24 to eternity. Next, okay, so we all agree the Symbiogenesis thing is crap, right? Matt, what's your take on 10,000 characters?
I don't know. As soon as I watched the trailer, I was tried to watch it open minded. As soon as they panned out and showed like what I'm assuming the view of the game will be from, like that top down kind of thing, I was just like, I just got sad a little bit and I just checked out. I checked out. And then the 10,000
Why-
characters,
Yeah.
because it's just games like that. Whether you want to shove NFTs in them or not, games like that just to me stink. I can't get into it. But now you're shoving NFTs in it, and I don't care. I don't care.
You want me to give you my NFT rant real quick before I go?
Let's
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
let's go. Let's
Okay.
bring it.
If you are interested in NFTs, I have a bridge to sell you. Because think about it logically. Just think about it logically, right? Yeah, there's a blockchain that backs it. Make sure that everybody's what belongs to you belongs to you. All that is true, and that all that can be true. But in order for you to live the NFT dream, which is take your character with you elsewhere, it means Square Enix must then have an agreement and like they have to have a protocol similarity with Ubisoft and with Sony and with all these other platforms that do everything their own way, right? They have to agree to let you take that asset with you wherever you go. When the hell is any of them ever going to do that? They can't. They won't even let you keep your console when the generation's over. They lock that thing down. You can't turn it on anymore. You need to be a pirate to get back into the thing. There is no world where they'll go, well, our game has ended and we folded everything up, but go ahead, take your character and bring it to like a Ubisoft game. Get out of here. They're just trying to take your money, keep your money. You bought the game, you'll buy the NFT, and then when it's all said and done, you'll read in the teeny tiny fine print that, yeah, we reserve the right to keep our protocols like proprietary. And of course, if it's proprietary, it means it can't transfer to anybody else. Snake oil, that's what that is. Anytime you hear NFT, walk the other way because it's bullshitting. That's what it is.
Oh, damn! It's bullshit. Oh, that was almost as good as my last one.
bullshit.
That was good.
You know what I'm saying? Come on.
That's some
You
good stuff.
spitting
That's
facts.
some good stuff.
Oh man,
All
that
right,
was
so
fantastic.
before you hop off, brother, please tell everyone where they can find you. What are you up to, etc., etc.
Well, first and foremost, I say I apologize for not being able to stay longer. You know, I'm usually in your chats just being absolutely slanderous. Love you guys and the show you guys put on every week. I'm there anytime I see that notification. I'm here working. I'm like, oh, they're on. So I'm like sitting there trying to work. But no, I appreciate y'all having me on. I will be back. Just you know, hit me with the invite link. I'll be here. K Asante, TKO Asante, PlayStation, Xbox, all those places you want to find me. We host the Gaming Circle podcast, which oddly enough, because it wasn't a 1 year anniversary, we also slipped in a recorded episode of the Gaming Circle podcast on the feed that came out yesterday, all about the aforementioned Steam Deck and what we think about it and some pointers and tips and this and that. So if you need help, holla at your boy in the DMs, or you'll catch me again on a live show for the Gaming Circle podcast tomorrow, Saturdays, Eastern Standard Time, Saturday morning, 10 a.m. with my man Everborn Saga, and we'll be, you know, talking PG-13 slander on a Saturday morning. So thank you guys so much for having me. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much for
Thanks
coming
for
out, man.
coming.
Thank you
Thank you.
guys.
See
I'll
you
see you
next
soon.
week.
Yes, sir.
Next
See you,
week,
man.
dude. Set in stone. All right. Let's keep it going. Tortoise Hawaii says video game companies are going to use NFTs as a new form of loot boxes. That's all it is at this point. NFT is just buzzword like metaverse. I completely agree with that. Anyone have anything against the Tortoise Hawaii's take?
I think he's pretty much right. Just going to be a whole lot dumber than microtransactions or
Yeah.
loot boxes, I guess. In this case.
Yeah. You know, usually I just let you guys go off and then I don't add anything. But this to me, guys, I really hate NFTs. I hate
I'm with
them,
you on
and
that.
just like what Kia Sante was talking about, snake oil salesman. It
He's right.
baffles me. It baffles me the amount of people that are into the whole NFT thing. It's like, guys, this is not a real thing. Analyze it critically, and you come to the exact conclusion he came to, which is they're selling you stuff, saying that you'll be able to use it in wherever, but how is Square or how is any publisher, any of them? I don't care if it's Microsoft, Sony, I don't care. How is any publisher going to be able to guarantee you the use of your NFT skin across the gaming world? Because that's all they're all promising that. None of them is saying, oh, this is only going to be in game. They're all promising all across the gaming world and even like social media and all other platforms. It's like, bro, I'm paying $60 so I can change my profile picture on Twitter. For real? You find value in that. You know what? People are allowed to put value wherever they want. For
Sure.
me, this to me is just a waste of money. You're throwing money away at this point.
I 100% agree. It's I don't know why we're still, I mean, I know why we're still doing it. They want money, but it's like there's better ways to get money, more reliable ways. The business has been around a long time, and NFTs haven't been a part of it. You've been doing just fine. So figure it out,
But if
because
people are dumb
NFTs are
enough to
stupid.
pay for it,
My
if
whole
people are
thing
dumb
is,
enough to pay for
I hate to cut in, but my whole thing is it's like
Go ahead.
it feels like some of these gaming companies are just figuring out anything they can do to like make money quick instead of just putting the time and effort that it takes to get to give us the product that we deserve, that we'd want to, you know, shelf money out for. You're trying to give me all these different games with these battle passes, VC, now NFTs. As I said before, I don't have a problem with you figuring out your way to get money extra for a game. This is the same thing I said about like this is going to be kind of completely off subject, but it's the same thing I said about like Stadia versus like Xbox xCloud and stuff like that. The problem with Stadia is that it was its main thing was cloud gaming. That was it. If you wanted to do something with Stadia outside of cloud gaming, you just couldn't do it. For Xbox,
Yeah.
it's a side dish. These NFT battle passes, VC, all that stuff is fine if you want to end the game. but it needs to be a side dish. If you're trying to make it as the main thing, the meat and potatoes of your game, I'm out.
Yeah. And that's the problem because like all the games, or not all of them probably, I would assume, but most of the games you hear about that are pushing NFTs, that is the whole point of the game. Like Dr. Disrespect's game. It's NFTs and then whatever comes after that comes after that. Square Enix with Genesis or whatever it's called. It's NFTs and whatever comes after that comes after that. It's like that's why I'm so it's just a lack of creativity. It's a lack of creativity. NFTs are the hot thing, and even then, they're not even that hot anymore. I
They're
mean,
not.
they're really not. It's just these companies are so far behind. When NFTs were hot, they put these games in development. Now they're not hot anymore. They're like, we got these games. Fuck it, we got to put them out somewhere. So that's what this is. But it's like Square Enix would rather do this, and I mean they're guaranteed to get some level of success on this because you know those people holding on to the NFT hope are holding on so hard that they'll latch on to whatever. I've seen these NFT dudes like talk about this game's great, and then you watch gameplay for it. It looks terrible. It looks horrible. This game is great. It's like, but Square Enix would rather latch onto those customers than get real customers, like maybe releasing Babylon's Fall not broken, not destitute of content. Like, give us a real game with content that we can play and enjoy. That's how you get money, not by grasping at these silly straws that are dead anyway. So I don't know. It's done. It's really done. It's it's really really done.
Well, at the end, I have to be honest. If I was an exec at Square Enix and some expert was like, "There's 500,000 idiots that are gonna spend, I don't know, $100
Hmm.
on said NFTs," I'm okaying this shit. I'm
Yeah.
okaying it every day of the week.
Yep.
That's what I'm doing.
And it's a
If we're
loyal
being
fan
honest,
base. A loyal fan
yes,
base.
yes.
So
So they'll eat it up, and that's it is what it is. Mr. Jonah
yep.
Duck says the only NFTs I use are my amiibos and unlocking stuff in Switch games. Do you find value in those? And if you can like expagorate on what value you find, I'm curious. I'm not even trying to like troll you or anything. I'm trying to understand where the value is. For me, the only thing that has value that is not tangible to me, right, is when I'm buying or selling stocks, because then I make a profit and I can extract and do something with that money. With NFTs, I don't see where I extract. Everything that I've seen on NFTs is just a way to put money into stuff and you don't get anything out. That's my big problem. It feels like a scam. And all of these experiences, Jake Paul, Mr. Disrespect. Dude, Mr. Disrespect, just 2 or 3 months ago, before his game was coming out and he was promoting NFTs, Mr. Disrespect was talking about how people are suckers for getting into NFTs or for buying NFTs.
Yeah.
But now that it's going to be profitable for him, oh, NFTs are fantastic. I'm just saying, guys, I don't
Great.
care. I don't care if tomorrow one of these publishers or whatever, if someone presents me with a deal for me to make money off NFTs, y'all best believe I will be selling that shit right here on TSWS Gaming. I don't care. If y'all are dumb enough, if y'all are dumb enough to buy it, that's your problem. All right, that's all I'm saying. You can make your compilations
Ah,
of like Loke before his product was launched, Loke after. I don't care. I don't care. I'm getting bank notifications on my phone. That's all. That's all I'm getting. I don't care. I'm just being honest. Tortoise Away says at least Amiibo is a collectible physical product. Yeah, the doll thing is those are, yeah, the big heads. That's already more valuable than any NFT. True, true. If I had to pick between those and an NFT, I'm taking Amiibos. Cozy says
yeah.
you can make Amiibos though. Well, not the figurine, but you can get the unlockable content. Right. Okay, I think we're done with NFTs for now, right, fellas?
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have
Wow.
Sony being unhappy about Starfield Xbox exclusivity. What else is new? This is from Game Rant. The evidence Sony used to back up its statement was a comment made by Microsoft saying it would, and I quote, not have the incentive to make Starfield an Xbox exclusive. At the same time, Bethesda made no previous commitment with regard to Starfield being released on PlayStation or any other platform since the publisher was purchased by Microsoft. But to Sony, this counts as proof towards the fact Starfield could have been a multi-platform release. Therefore, Microsoft will go back on its word the exact same way when it comes to Call of Duty. It's also worth noting that historically, and here's the rub, PlayStation has released more console exclusive games than Xbox. Even if only the previous generations of consoles are compared, the PS4 had 299 exclusive games so far, while the Xbox One had about half of that. This is just third-party publishers, just third-party. Welcome,
Yeah.
Uso. Welcome,
Hey,
welcome.
Vinny.
I Vinuardo. All right,
Vinston.
I wasn't expecting that one. Ham Solo. Does Sony have a point complaining about Starfield?
No. I don't see how that I don't see how that correlates at all. That wasn't a big deal when it was being done. I don't remember anybody really complaining about that. I mean, I remember, fanboys complaining and
Sure.
stuff like that, but I don't
Sure.
remember any regulators saying anything or even Sony coming out and saying, we had something on file or I don't remember anything. So as for this being relevant now, I just feel like Sony's just reaching. And like they're doing in one facet, I believe, hey, Sony's doing what they're supposed to do. They're doing their job. Right. Jim's doing what he's supposed to do. He's falling on the sword because that's what he is put into position to do. Sure.
Yes.
I'm with that thought process. So I ain't silly, and I'm not out here saying, "Oh man, I would have never seen this coming" or something like that. But when it comes to something like this Starfield thing and stuff like that, it's just like, to me, this has no content.
Damn, Ham's not taking it. All right, Matt. Does
Yeah,
Sony have a leg to stand on here with this complaint?
they don't. And Microsoft never once. I mean, Phil Spencer said it himself. First of all, he said it multiple times, but then he clarified it again, 2-3 weeks ago? Where it was like, we never said. He's like, if somebody can find me a video of myself saying that we will bring Starfield to PlayStation, or that we won't do what we did, then by all means go ahead. But you can't find that video because it doesn't exist. I remember, because I was making content at that time. I was following all that stuff very close, especially because Bethesda's like my shit. I love Bethesda. So I was following that stuff really closely. Every time he talked about it, he always said case by case basis. And that's all he can say because it hadn't gone through yet. He can't say, yeah, it's exclusive. No, it's not. That's what it is. It wasn't done yet. But this, it's like they're signing contracts. They're signing literal contracts with everybody. Everybody and anybody who wants a contract is getting a contract. So it sounds like Sony should just sign a contract so it doesn't get taken away from them. That's what I would do.
This contract thing feels like one of those mean girls situations where the mean girl is like making friends with everyone and they're purposefully not making friends with the person they don't like. They say that they're offering it to PlayStation, but I don't know. I don't know if they're actually making the same offer to PlayStation.
I mean,
Is that a conspiracy theory? I don't know.
it's well from what they've granted, this is what they've shown us or what they've told us. I believe
Yes.
there was pictures of the dog. I'm not sure. Don't know about that, but they've told us like that not only are they getting the same deal, they would like to bring it to PS Plus. They're saying, hey, we'll give you 10 years. That's Call of Duty on your platform. But on top of that 10 years, we'll bring it to your subscription service. And apparently, Sony is still saying no to that. So I don't know what else they can possibly do. Like at this point, it seems like it's obviously going to go through, but it seems like Sony's just not going to be happy about it. The problem is they're going to want to sign that contract because if they don't, then everything they're worried about could happen. So I don't know.
In my opinion, Loke, I'm just like I'm looking at like the forecast and what I know or have seen with Sony, and I'm looking at like yesterday's forecast and I'm looking at tomorrow's forecast. So like I see Sony has already kind of blew a lot of their load with like Horizon Forbidden West came out, Ratchet and Clanks
Not much
came
of a
out,
load. Not much of a
Spider-Man Miles
load.
Morales came out already.
Yeah.
God of War Ragnarok came out. Gran Turismo came out. They put out their VR headset, which is supposedly really dope. They put out a lot of pretty good stuff, but in that same time period, they've been playing catch up as well with Microsoft in certain aspects. So when it comes to like rewards programs, services, like PlayStation Plus Premium and stuff like that, and it's just like Microsoft still has like a strong rest of the year looking forward, and Sony had a pretty decent or okay, I guess you could say. I'd go as far as saying decent beginning to the year, and they have what, 2 exclusives that I know of for sure, being Final Fantasy and Stellar Blade, and then with
Spider-Man 2.
and then I was gonna say with Spider-Man 2 being a first party exclusive, still looking across the aisle as Sony, looking across the aisle, seeing that, Microsoft not only has some really big games coming, and they've been doing really good on their like subscription services, rewards, all this other, stuff that they got going on, cloud gaming and whatnot. They're signing all these deals. One of the big like the biggest game from Bethesda is about to come out, that being Starfield. And now they're getting Call of Duty. I'm just saying, from what it looks like, and I mean, I might get slammed for this later by somebody, but what it looks like is Sony's a little jealous, and they
Yeah.
don't like the direction that this is going.
Stop the cap.
No,
What?
I'm not. I'm not going
That's
to
not
stop.
cap.
I would
Jealous.
be. I mean, come on, man. You did all that work, right? You did all that work. You're still the top dog, but at the end of the day, you still got to stop this train. Oh yeah, we have we have a fantastic place to rest tonight. I got the best car and everything. But if we don't stop this train, we might not make it home. That's kind of the situation. It looks real shaky, in my opinion, for Sony right now.
The right word. I think afraid. I think Sony are afraid. I don't think they're jealous. I don't think they would want to be Microsoft. Because although Microsoft might have all the money in the world, they don't have the cachet.
They don't. You're correct. They don't right now. They do not. And I say and I'm not saying Sony is jealous of yesterday or even current. What I'm saying that they're jealous of is the possibilities that lie ahead.
That's why I'm saying fear is probably the right word. Because
Maybe.
right now, if you project, it's not looking pretty. But if we're talking about just right now, I don't think they're jealous. I don't think they're jealous. Let's go to the chat real quick. Cozy coming in with the slander. Thank you for bringing a little bit of levity to these dark PlayStation times. Cozy says if the PS5 had an accessible browser, they could play on that. She also said PC exists. You know, every PlayStation fanboy I know has a super powerful PC. That's all I'm saying. Right? They
That's
all have a
true.
super powerful PC. They all have Xbox gamepads stacked for the next 7 years. That's what I know. All right. So she has a point. She also says they got Minecraft. They're getting Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls updates. Okay, so here I have to disagree. The issue with Starfield, or the difference between Starfield, Minecraft, between Starfield and all these other games that Cozy mentioned, is that all these games have already been launched. They've already launched. So Xbox just promised not to remove games that were already on the PlayStation.
Yep.
They never promised that new Bethesda games would launch on PlayStation. That's the big like delineation that I think the Sony people are also pointing out. That
See, what
essentially,
confuses me about that is like I understand that we know that, and I understand that some, casuals may not know that. But what confuses me is how regulators don't understand stuff like
Yeah.
that.
They're
That's
being
what
like willfully
baffles
ignorant.
me. I'm like, how? Like you got to be doing some sort of mental gymnastics, some jeet kune do
you know
to
what
be able to. What's that?
my brother said to me, because he's also like watching this whole ABK thing going down. He said to me, why are people surprised that government workers are not great at their jobs? And it just hit me like, bro, everyone's been at the DMV for hours. Everyone has had to wait weeks for like new documents, or for anything that has to do with government. The regulation or the rules, internal rules, will tell you this is 4 business days. It'll take 30 business days, and we take it as gospel that that's how the government works. So why would the CMA, why would the FTC, the FCC, why would any other government institution, when dealing with gaming specifically, suddenly turn into this super efficient analytical machine? Why? What is your guys' response to that?
Well, my response to it is like you're looking for answers when the answer has already been given, and I'm not sure what the confusion is. That's where I kind of
Are you
lie
talking about
on
the
that.
government, the people at the CMA?
Yeah, all of that stuff. Like when like or yeah, more or less. Like hearing about like Starfield being shared somehow, or like why is this exclusive? You did an acquisition in the past and none of that stuff is third party available. How are we to trust you on this one? And it's just like, I understand that sure Microsoft may have to show and prove, which they're attempting to do with like the whole boosteroid, uh what is it, like Unitus or Ubitus, I believe it is.
Ubitex.
Something like
Ubitex.
that.
Ubitex with an X. Japanese.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then yeah, I mean they've done, I mean with
They're
Nvidia,
shaking hands with
Nintendo,
everyone in the playground except for PlayStation.
I mean, but they are trying to shake hands with PlayStation,
Yeah.
just keeping their hand in their pockets.
They're just being
All right,
bitter.
let's turn it into the Uso Vini podcast for a minute. He's saying a lot of things here in the chat.
Did
If
you
you guys
hear the
want to
things
interact,
that David Jaffe said about
Ooh,
we're gonna get
about
into
the
that.
whole
We're gonna
thing?
get into
ooh,
That was
it.
something. I shared that on
So
Twitter and it kind of blew up a little bit.
it was a
yeah,
good
so
watch.
Matt and Ham, if you guys want to interrupt at any point when I'm reading Uso's soliloquy, please feel free. He starts off by saying, "Spoken like a true bot, Sony deserves everything Xbox has. We tried to tell them Starfield was going to be exclusive, but people like Red Dragon tried to misconstrue what was said and written. People got their hopes up, then got upset because it wasn't true. So now they blame Phil Spencer and Xbox for lying when they never said any of that. They now start a rumor that there was a PS5 build, which is not true because console development comes last. Even though nothing changes with COD, what PlayStation really wants is not to pay Xbox for their number one platform set." Damn, also going for the nuts.
I mean, that's a
PlayStation does
fact,
not
though.
want to contribute to increasing Xbox's yearly revenue. Um, I'm taking you guys' silent as agreement with everything he just said.
He's 100% right. There's like they've never told you it was going to be everywhere. It was just a few people. I mean, he mentioned names there. There's a few people in the community who were like, "Don't worry, guys, it's coming to PlayStation. It's coming to PlayStation." And these people got lots of followers. And then when it doesn't come to PlayStation, you got a lot of these people saying, "Hey, you took that from us." No, they didn't. It was never there. It didn't exist. They didn't take it from you. It is now theirs. That's the way it works. So Vinny nailed it. Vinny nailed that.
Well, let's just tell everybody that it's coming, just like Spider-Man's coming. It's on its way.
Yeah. Yeah, I want Spider-Man on my Xbox. Give me Spider-Man on my
Lord.
Xbox, and you can have
Okay,
Starfield on your
okay. We're not
PlayStation.
going to turn this into a console war podcast. Kia
That's
Sante
right.
says, and this is the last point on this one before we move on. Kia Sante says, let's not forget, had Microsoft not bought Bethesda, the rumor is Sony was going to make Starfield a permanent exclusive to PlayStation. My question, Ham Solo, if Xbox hadn't bought Bethesda, would Starfield right now be a PlayStation exclusive?
I think that's totally possible, and I think it would have been out already.
I think that it would 1,000% be a PlayStation exclusive because look what they did with Deathloop. Look what they did with Ghostwire.
Stellar Blade.
The only difference is that with Deathloop and Ghostwire, it was a year deal. With Starfield, it's a bigger game. A year's not enough. You're going to want more than a year. So I would definitely agree with him on this. It would be a thing, and it probably would be out by now, for better or worse.
Welcome 108 Dragon STV. Man, guys, I was so ready to say no, definitely wouldn't be an exclusive, but then Matt brought out Ghostwire and Deathloop. I was going to talk about like Skyrim and
And that's
Fallout
Bethesda.
and
See, that's
Fallout and Doom and stuff, but then it also hit me that those games are all older than the more recent ones. So if we're going to go by track record, yeah, Starfield
yeah.
would probably be a PlayStation exclusive.
I mean, imagine
right
it. Imagine the situation if Xbox didn't buy Bethesda. They would have had ready. Not even when it wasn't even ready when it came out though, but Halo and Forza and
That's about it.
Pentiment. That's it.
You need
This
to
could have
stop with
been
that
Sony's.
Pentiment.
This could have been Sony's moment to snuff Xbox for the last time.
Yeah, could have been. Could
Coulda,
have been.
shoulda,
Oh
woulda,
yeah,
but
should
it
have.
ain't.
Hi-Fi Rush. That's a good point. Cozy also brings up Hi-Fi Rush.
That wouldn't have
Yeah,
been.
Hi-Fi.
That wouldn't have been here
I
either.
can see Hi-Fi Rush. I can see Hi-Fi Rush being like a PlayStation exclusive. I can see it
Yeah.
clear as day. Cozy also said Microsoft is playing a long game. They're also playing a different game. I think this speaks to the whole subscription model. Well, while everyone is focused on buying $60 games, how many games sold and whatever, Microsoft is focused on mobile and subscription. Both of them, the backbone is recurrent user spending. So that's a very good point. It's all about spending like different compared to like back in the Stone Age. Okay, lastly, let's get into the last topic before we go into game predictions.
What up,
This
Stank
is going to
Bond,
be
108 Dragon?
welcome, y'all. Welcome. Hey, Stankmore.
No.
All right, so this is not so serious, or maybe it is. I don't know. So LuLu Cheng, I always get tripped up with the last name, so I'm not going to say it. Everyone knows who LuLu Cheng is. Activision spokesperson, says to Ollie Welsh from Polygon, because he wrote an article and she highlighted the part where he wrote, it was shocking that Lulu was willing to break the gentleman's agreement to keep what was said at the meeting confidential. So this is alluding to her exposing Jim Ryan and his intentions. So what she said was there was no such gentleman's agreement. He did not say it in a context where confidentiality was agreed. Could you please correct this? Please also feel free to check with me first in future, not just for etiquette, but so that errors can be avoided. First, Ham Solo, fair or foul? Lulu checking yet another journalist.
Her assaults are so clean. I love them.
Yeah.
I love them because it's so appropriate that you can't do nothing
that.
about it.
You would say that, Ham Solo.
I think it. Hey,
True.
tell me something. Tell me on what part of that statement to the person that she was speaking to was inappropriate. Point that out. Point out the part that was inappropriate.
It's gonna be hard to do, Loke.
Have your say, and then let Matt have his say, and then we'll
see,
go from there.
see what Loke's face is saying to me right now
Loke's
is
fishing.
that it was completely appropriate, although it cut like a knife.
Oh. Are you done, Ham? Can we
Yeah, I'm done, Matt. Go ahead.
I think it's hilarious, honestly. And I to the point where it's like I get a little bit excited whenever I see Lulu Cheng retweeted onto my timeline. I get a little bit excited because I know it's going to be. I know. I just know it's going to be great. But as far as that specific article, that specific statement, like there was a gentleman's agreement. I mean, yeah, she's right. If she's telling you there was no gentleman's agreement and it's in the context of like there's no confidentiality or anything, then she did nothing wrong. She just said what she heard and posted it. So I don't see anything wrong. I don't know why you would assume there's a gentleman's agreement. I mean, we've been talking about what's been being said in these meetings forever. So I don't know why all of a sudden we would assume that we can't be doing that. But, you know, it is what it is. It's hilarious. It's entertainment. It's making this a lot more fun than it otherwise would be. And I'm enjoying that.
Uso Vinny comes in, says, ain't no journalist writing about Lulu after this deal's done.
No. gonna leave her alone.
Probably. So I highlighted a couple of comments. I highlighted a couple of comments under her tweet, and we're gonna go through them. First off, we have at PSN_electric DC.
Oh, school.
Says he said,
I think I know this guy.
Yeah. He says gentleman's agreement is quite the entitled sexist phrase, Polygon?
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have liked to hear Cozy's take on this one. Yeah,
That's not
I
bad.
think it's
That
the
was an
year
interesting
2023.
choice of words for sure. Like you didn't have to
Yeah.
say that, but you put that in there as a statement and it backfired.
You could have just said confidentiality, but he said gentleman's agreement.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gentleman's agreement. I don't know. It sounds kind of sexy. Gentle person's agreement. I
Yeah.
don't
Why
know,
can't you say gentlewoman? What's wrong with you?
bro.
You some sort of sexist, or what are we doing? I don't know. I don't know these people.
Dodging that landmine. Ollie Walsh himself responded to Lulu. Yes, Usovin is right. He says the author of the article looks like a cartoony scientist. Guys, look him up right now. It's at OLIWELSH on Twitter. I swear he looks like Dr. Boskonovich from Tekken 3.
Oh my God, he looks like a college professor. God bless him.
Dude,
Love this guy.
Google or Bing Dr. Boskonovich right now. Trust me, put them side to side. It's the same character. It's the same person. Oh God. Uso Vini says gentle them. Instead of gentle person or gentle woman,
Why not?
it's a gentle them agreement. Yes.
Exactly.
Welcome to 2023. Uso. No,
I,
Uso needs to come on the show after KS Dante. It's done.
I honestly like that because it sounds like gentleman. If you just say it quickly, it kind of rhymes. I like that.
Yeah, gentle
Works.
them. Lord, I
It
have to,
works.
I have to screenshot. This is quality content right here. Quality stuff. So here's what Dr. Boskonovich said. Hi Lulu, it's fair to say this was an assumption on my part. You know what they say about assumptions? It makes an ass out of you and me. I noticed Brad Smith said at the Microsoft press conference that he was not in a position to describe what had been said, that the meeting was closed to press and no one else had spoken on the record about it. I did not assume there was legal agreement or confidentiality, hence my use of the term gentleman's agreement. Again, bro, again, very sexist, all right?
A little
To
bit.
suggest something more informal. But if this was a mischaracterization on my part, then I'm happy to run a correction. You know what? As a
That-
fellow writer of
Nothing
stuff,
says I absorbed an
can
L like that.
dude, again, as a fellow writer of stuff, I appreciate someone that is willing to take the L and actually take a step back. Because a lot of people just prefer to double down when they mess up. I
Or run.
respect. Sorry?
I said or run.
Or run. I respect Dr. Ollie Welsh a hell of a lot more than a lot of other people. They just post stuff, and when they're told they're wrong, they just double down. And when you ask for sources, they want to protect the source, which is fair, but also it leads to like a double standard or whatever. What are you guys' thought on Ollie Welsh's response to Lulu?
So
He's-
I said he absorbed that L. He
Very well.
definitely absorbed it. He took it. More power to him, but I mean, the way I look at this is like I guess I hope it's just like a learning experience for him. I guess that's really all I got to say.
Yeah. That's pretty much my thoughts on it. I respect that he, accepted he was in the wrong. He talked back and forth with the person and clarified it. That's respectable. But he was in the wrong, and much like Am said, I hope he just learns from it. No big deal.
No big deal. All right. Let's go for some more. At Eric Newcomer says the media should be cheering for transparency. This is so bizarre. Any thoughts on this? Or
In terms of this article specifically,
yes. The fact that a media personality or a writer for a publication is essentially championing people keeping their mouth shut instead of opening the doors and being whistleblowers or being open or etc. etc.
Instead of just getting news out.
Yes.
I mean, this is in this specific case. Also, this is like the biggest topic in gaming, period. In like the last, I don't even know, decade, 20 years. Well, I mean, however long. It's like the biggest topic. So it's. I mean, you want news out there. You like. I don't know why you'd be pushing for people to keep their mouths shut when it's only giving, especially in this case, it's only giving you content. This, like I said, this is entertaining stuff that otherwise just would not be entertaining to me. So it's just keep
Be boring
talking,
as hell.
keep talking, keep making content because this is great. This is fantastic. So I'm all for it. So that's all I've got to say on that.
All right, Ham, you good?
I think the only thing I really can say, I mean, it's cool that we're seeing. I mean, especially as a content creator, it's fantastic to continuously be able to kind of get a little bit of an X-ray vision on what's going on within these companies and stuff like that. It's available for the public to see
Yeah.
in a good or at least a good amount of it. But I just think it's hilarious, like Lulu has bodies at this point. Like she has a body count going on right now, and it's insane. Like it's like the equivalent to like, you know, gangsters always say like G check. It's a G check. She's just G checking every single person that wants to talk some stuff about her or this deal that's way out of pocket. She's just like, all right, run it back. Come on over here. And then as soon as they come through,
Next.
get washed up, she's just that person in the middle of the circle with a gun saying, anybody else got something to say?
Anyone?
It's just wild.
No one?
It sounds
All
like
right,
it's entertaining.
All right, so the next one. At Randy Tribel says, this is one way to never get invited to a meeting again. Thoughts, fellas?
So talking to LuLu Cheng saying you're not going to
Yes.
get invited to a meeting because
Yes.
shut up. Yes, she is. Shut up. Because she is, and she
What?
will, and
No,
she'll
but
do it
it's
again.
a solid point. It is a solid point. You have someone that is literally a verified snitch. There is evidence. It's not hearsay. There's evidence.
The thing is though, she's not a snitch. She, like, you know what her position is. She works at Activision. You know her position on this. It's not like she's some traitor against Sony. She's not working at Sony and then saying, nah, I'm out of Sony. I'm snitching on all you guys. It's not like that. She's just telling you what her company wants you to hear. She's doing her job. That's all she's doing. And like we talked about, I think it was last week. I mean, they like her doing her job because they're allowing her to do it. They're not saying anything. They're not stepping in. They know what she's doing and they like it. So, and she's doing her job. Do more of it.
Damn, Uso Vinny is spitting today. Jesus.
Let's go.
Activision is probably saying, we don't want another meeting. We want this deal to go through. So whatever,
Yep.
dog. Whoever's feelings are hurt, what the hell?
Don't make them feel safe in those meetings. You're gonna leak everything. Get that deal through.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Wow. You know, it's bad enough you have a green background. You don't have to sound
I just like
you
the
work
color
in it.
green, bud. I just like the color
Sure.
green. Green
Sure.
for gamer, bud. That's what that
Stop
is.
it. Stop it.
Oh my god.
Oh, all right. Stagma says she airs out the block. Kiyosade says, let's keep it straight. It wasn't a privilege for her to get invited. She was doing her job. And the idea of her not getting invited again is a BS stance. Yeah. All right, Ham, what are your thoughts on this tweet about her possibly not getting invited again?
He's making it sound like a cookout. or something like that. Like, this isn't a cookout. This is business. Like, she's gonna do her job.
Damn.
Done.
She brought the wrong salad dressing. That's what she did. So
Oh,
she's not coming back. Someone get her the hell out of here. All right. So we're done. We're done on this topic with Lulu and her savage ways. I'll be brief. I'm conflicted because on one side I'm completely with you guys. She's oh my god.
oh no.
Stegpo says Debo Chong. Guys,
Oh, oh,
if
oh,
you don't know who
oh.
Debo is, I suggest you go and watch Friday and next Friday, and
Oh
then come
my
back to this comment.
God.
Come back to this comment, and you will
Oh my
appreciate it.
God.
Before you turn on that movie, make sure you tuck your chain.
Woo! Yeah, Debo. That's going like way back. Damn, Debo Chang. Yes, it's supposed to be Chang. True.
Yeah.
Chong
All
sounds
right.
pretty strong. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes.
Chong's
More
assertive.
emphasis. There's more emphasis on Chong. Anyway, point is, for me, I'm conflicted
It's
because
gentle
on one,
them. It's very gentle them of him to say.
yes, very gentleman thing to say. I'm conflicted with Lulu's whole thing because on one hand, yes, go ham, you know, you guys want this to get done and are clearly willing to go to war with the platform that has made you the most money up to now. So on one hand, that's fine. On the other hand, it's like we can't sit here and say that the platform is non-professional because a lot of people be using this excuse of, oh, this is her personal account. I've said it many times and I stick by it. People that talk about social media not being the real world, like Dave Chappelle and stuff, dude, it's the real world. It might not be the real world for you, but for people that make money off it, it's the real world. And sometimes, even if you don't make money off it, people can find where you work, show the people that you work with what you said on said platform, on said fake world that doesn't exist. And magically, right? Magically, you're out of a job. Magically, you might get divorced, etc., etc. So it is the real world, and we need to stop treating Lulu and other people's account as personal account. It is a corporate account. So going back to my original point, I'm fine with Activision wanting to go to war with Sony. I'm not fine with the tone that is being used. Ham Solo, you're saying that there's nothing wrong with what she said. What she said to this guy specifically, Ollie Wells, just correcting him, is fine. The meme, amongst other things that she's posted on her account, are very non-corporate. I think we can agree on that. They were true. Sony is self-sabotaging when it comes to the whole Call of Duty thing. They were true, but it's not corporate. And you've worked in corporate, Ham. We can agree that behavior is not corporate. I'm not saying it was false. Her behavior, her statements, her memes are true. What I'm talking about is the tone that was used. So that's where my conflict is, my internal conflict, which is like, go to war. It's your right. Your company is failing. You need more. You need more money. You need more investment, etc., etc. But on the other side, I don't like how this looks corporate wise, and I won't accept anyone telling me that Lulu's account or Phil Spencer's account or whoever's account on Twitter, Facebook, etc. is not corporate. It is corporate, guys.
I'll tell
That's
you why I'm okay with how she said what she said. It's because she the thing that people, for the most part, when they bring her into these conversations or talk about something that she said, they're doing it as like, look at my trophy I won, or I said something right. they're not doing this just to, you know, give out. Like, I don't think that a lot of people are doing this to give out like proper wording and proper terminology, I guess. I think they're doing this to say, hey, look, they were wrong. I won. I was the first one to say it. Crown me. And what she's essentially doing is saying, you ain't finna get a crown on me. That ain't finna happen. And
again,
and y'all and when people keep on coming at you, you're gonna start doing stuff in a way that you find appropriate, but something that you can smile at the same time. And if you're making others smile at the same with that, then all the more power. So like I don't see. Hey man, if you're gonna come into the kitchen and say you can burn, don't get mad when you actually do get burnt. And that's what happened. He came into the kitchen and he thought he was ready for the heat and he got burnt and he ended up having to run it back. It's just how it goes.
I have no problem with what she said to the journalist. I'm hearkening back to.
You're talking about how she said it, though.
No. Forget the journalist, dude. The journalist took his L, well deserved, etc., whatever. I'm talking about her tone and positioning before this journalist incident. I'm talking about the memes. I'm talking about the jabs at Sony on social media. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, what would you do if you believed in the company that you worked for and another company was trying to stop you from growing, and it was your job to grow said company?
Before I respond to that, Matt, go ahead. You
I was just gonna say I would argue that you're talking about the corporate side of it. I get what you're saying, but also it seems like I said earlier, it seems like Activision doesn't have a problem with it. It doesn't. Not only do they not have a problem with it, they seem to be all in favor of it. So in terms of this corporation, yeah, like in terms of this specific corporation, she's nailing it. She's crushing it. Doing exactly what she should be doing, apparently. Because they're not mad. They're happy with it. So that's why, like, I get what you're saying. In most scenarios, the way she is, I guess, conducting herself would probably be troublesome. But, like, not in this scenario. It's encouraged. It's delighted. They like this stuff. So I think it's a little different for this scenario. Or at least it seems like it is.
This is a situation where Activision actually gets flex instead of looking weak, because for a while, and you can say even now, they still look pretty weak in the eyes of, you know, whether it be regulation or just customers and whatnot. Not so much with Call of Duty, but just with what's going on business wise over there. They look not so tough, but this is like the arm that flexes for Activision Blizzard, and that arm that flexes is LuLu right now.
Okay, so I'll address two things. First thing, your question. What I would do if I was LuLu Cheng, right?
Sure.
Obviously, she has a lot more experience than me, qualifications in communications, etc. I don't have that. What I would do is be as neutral as possible on social media and let the people do what they're going to do in the background. Because what happens is, and this is unfortunately the truth, which hurts, but it's the truth. What happens is the people at the FCC, the FTC, the CMA, etc., aren't sitting on social media waiting for the trending topic or the tweet that's going to trend. they're not sitting there waiting for that. They're just going to do their job of analyzing the documents the wrong way, sure, but they're going to just do their jobs. They're not going to sit there and make decisions based off of what was or wasn't tweeted out. So I don't see much benefit in what she's doing in the corporate side. I can see it with the fan side because I can see a lot of people changing their opinion on Sony, Activision, Blizzard, and Xbox based solely on what she's saying, right? And people's reactions off of it. But for me, as a corporate, right, if I'm working for Activision, my first priority is Activision. And what's the benefit to tweeting this versus the sale versus the sale going through or the acquisition going through? Personally, I don't see it. Maybe she has a strategy that I can't see. But personally, I don't see the strategy. Second point, Kea Sante says it's her brand trying to break the narrative of what's corporate. She's a public speaker. Check YouTube. She trains others to break out of the idea of corporate speak. She's quoted for saying, I go for who the F is this person when people meet me. That's her brand. She's about breaking the stigma of C-class execs. See, I'm not trying to mansplain. I'm not trying to tell her what she should do or not do. I'm giving my take on what she's doing, right? And for me, when you bring up she's trying to break from an established norm, she has all the right to do it. But I have all the right to disagree with it. And one of the examples that I can think of is people like the new trend that's coming out. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. It's called trad wife or traditional wife. A lot of women apparently in like the States and Europe are waking up to the reality of maybe this whole thing about putting career first is not the right way to go long term for personal happiness and fulfillment. And they're breaking out from the norm that's being established of women have to go to work, etc., etc., etc. And people a lot of feminists are disagreeing with them. For me, I feel like she has all the right to try and break from the norm. But me personally, I don't think that leads to a constructive result. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I feel about this specific subject. Am I crazy, guys?
You're
Alright.
you.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're crazy.
All
Never
right,
said
cool.
that.
Cozy says, "Lol, that's not true." What's not true, Cozy? What's not true? All right. We're done with LuLu Cheng for this week. I am sure. Lord knows we are all sure we will be discussing LuLu Cheng very soon on TSWS Gaming.
Hopefully next week.
Cozy says I'm wrong. What else is new? And Nate says, Loke 7, exactly. Whatever she wants to do is fine, but you don't have to agree with it. LOL took the words out of my mouth. There we go. Some logic in the chat. All right.
That's your opinion.
All right, game predictions. Let's do it. Game predictions. For this coming week, we have Resident Evil 4 remake coming out March 24th for PC, PS5, PS4, and Series X. Matt likes games already pre-ordered this one.
Yes, sir.
So Cozy's not here, but Cozy, your name's here. So please tell us what the score is in the chat for Resident Evil 4 remake. Ham Solo, what's the score for Resident Evil 4 remake?
Isn't it already rated? Or is it not?
Yeah, it is already rated. It is sitting at a 93, I believe.
Hang on.
Before the show at least. It could have gone up or down. I don't know.
Hold on. Where is...
Because I woke up this morning and it was at a 94. So it's getting praise.
Damn. Okay, so it's down. It's down to 93. So next week will be the final score because the scores are evolving as people review them.
Okay.
So you guys have a range. Cozy says 94.
I say 92.
Oh.
Then.
Cozy, you're already off because the score is already going down. But okay, maybe it'll make a resurgence. Ham Solo says 92. Mad likes games. What's the score?
Going 97. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. I'm going. I'm
No,
going.
no, I told you the last time. The first score that you blurt out, that's the
Eh,
one we're going with. This is the
well,
last
then
chance.
let's stand on it. Let's really stand on it. Score 98.
Let's go.
Score 98.
Oh God.
Let's really
Done.
stand on this hill.
Set,
Let's go. Let's
set,
really stand on this hill.
set in stone. Set in stone. Let's go.
It's out of his mind.
As
He was
usual.
in a
Matt,
game that already had a Metacritic score just skyrocket.
It's gonna be amazing. It's unprecedented.
Matt,
Yeah.
these are not stocks. These are not stocks.
It's
don't do
gonna
it.
be an unprecedented rise in stocks for Capcom.
Oh Lord. All right. The next game is Have a Nice Death, coming out March 22nd for PC and Nintendo Switch. Cozy, what is the score? Ham Solo, what's the score? Have a Nice Death,
67.
coming out March 67. Did you say 67?
You heard it.
Damn. Matt,
a good
what's the score
score.
for Have a Nice Death?
I've never heard of this, but I just saw a screenshot. I'm gonna say 73.
73. Okay. Last, we have a game that personally I don't rate at all. I think it's going to be a failure and is a waste of everyone's hard drive.
Was it the next Kojima game?
Fuck off. Because he said 78. All right. The next game is Chia. TCHIA. Coming out
it's a
March
Chia.
21st.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coming out March 21st for PC, PS5, and PS4. Ham Solo, what's the score? Cozy, feel free to
76.
put it in the chat. Ham Solo says 76. Mad Likes Games, what's the score?
Flat 70.
70. Okay.
I feel like this game's gonna be like in the 80s, but I gave it a 76.
I mean,
Just
that'd be
'cause-
nice
just
for
'cause
people.
I don't think I would give it more.
Dude, I'm more with Matt. That's 70. I think that 70 is very close. Oh, God. Cozy says 81. Okay, sure.
Well, there you
It is
go.
a
I bet she's gonna win.
exclusive.
Thing
It is
thing
a
is, I'm
PlayStation
watching.
exclusive.
Yeah, I'm watching gameplay of this, and
Okay.
I'm like, I don't like it. I don't care for it. It makes me not want to play it. But much like Ham said, it's probably someone's gonna say it's a masterpiece. It'll score like an 85 or something. I
Oh,
don't,
my God.
It's gonna be
I
the
don't
next
know.
Stray.
Dude.
Listen. Stray
The
was
most
a
innovative
solid
gameplay.
Stray was a solid game.
Stray,
Alright.
Stray's a fine game. It's just everybody having that opinion on it made me not want to play it.
What's
I
a
enjoyed-
bad opinion on Stray?
And
What's a
and
bad
I
opinion?
the fact that it won most innovative gameplay. That's not even an
Oh,
opinion.
yeah,
That's a factual award that game now holds, which is
Okay,
insane.
that was a bit much. I enjoyed Stray. Okay, my wife that doesn't play video games actually played and finished
Yeah.
Stray.
It
it
seems
was a
fun.
good
It seems fun.
But Stray doesn't deserve one award. I don't care
No.
what
No, it doesn't.
award it is. I don't care. Every single section, like subsection, no. It can be a nominee, but not winning it. Cozy says, even though it looks like it was made by a Christian entertainment studio. What's your problem with Christian entertainment studios? I'm about to show up with my rosary next week.
Christian
The hell?
Entertainment Studios. That's a good studio. I like that studio.
Okay. Before we lose all the Christians that follow TSWS Gaming,
Right.
speaking of which, smash that like button and share us out. Game results from last week. Surprise, surprise, we have another draw. For WWE 2K23, Ham Solo said 84, the score is 83. Bayonetta Origins of Cereza and the Lost Demon, Cozy said 81, the score was 80, so that's that. Another draw. We're skipping notable tweets because we read through a whole bunch of them thanks to the legendary LuLu. Actually, speaking of which, there's one more tweet that I think is important here. At FN Forever said, why didn't why didn't see, oh god, okay, why we okay, so this person, English is not their first language, all right? He said,
Mhm.
why we didn't see you tweeting, posting the truth when there was bigger issues in Activision.
Because that makes Activision look bad, and it's her job to make them look good. That's not even difficult to understand. I mean, I get it. I get where he's coming from. I mean, come on, let's hear about all the terrible stuff. But like, it's her job to make them look good. She's not there to make them look bad. Come on now.
Ham Solo, would you like to copy paste what Matt said, or do you have something else to add?
Yeah, I'm good. Just keep it moving.
Foolishness is not being
Seconded.
addressed. No one has the time for foolishness. All right, time for the quiz. Ham Solo, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
The upcoming Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest event will be in Los Angeles. True or false?
True.
False. It's in Las Vegas. Matt likes games.
FanFest is in Las Vegas
Yes.
this year. Oh
Yeah.
wow!
Yeah.
No, that's
Yep.
that's news to me. I'm happy to hear that.
Yep. Matt,
Yep.
tickets for the Final Fantasy XIV 2023 Fan Fest are currently sold out. True or false?
That game's crazy popular. I'm just gonna say true.
Correct. Ham Solo, The Sims 4 now has infants, a new life stage after newborns. True or false?
True.
Correct. Matt likes games. Babies in Sims 4 do not age. True or false?
False.
Correct. Ham Solo. Sony has confirmed the 17 games coming to PS Plus Extra and Premium subscription this month. True or false?
This month.
Yes.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I know, but this goddamn way you word stuff might get me all
say it
messed
again.
up. So
I'll
I'm
say
just
it
gonna
again.
say false.
It's true.
Dang it!
Yeah.
I knew they already revealed their stuff. I just wasn't sure if it was 17 or whatnot.
Yeah. Matt likes games. Ghostwire Tokyo, a former PlayStation 5 console exclusive, is coming to Xbox Game Pass next month. True or false?
Comes April 11th, so that's true.
Correct. Ham Solo. Microsoft has signed an indefinite deal with Ukraine-based cloud gaming platform Boosteroid. True or false? Correct. Damn it.
Indefinite. Jesus.
I thought you were gonna fall for it, man. All right. Matt likes games.
Yeah.
There are 2 editions of Diablo 4 that can be purchased or pre-ordered. Standard edition or the Ultimate edition. True or false?
Well, I know that's false because there's 3.
Correct. Digital Deluxe edition. Ham Solo, Rob Van Dam does not have to be unlocked in WWE 2K23. True or false?
False.
Correct. Matt likes games. You've already won. But
Let's
this is
go.
for you to bet 1,000. This is for you to bet 1,000. If you get this right, it'll be you'll be perfect. Matt, there are 40 wand handles available to find in Hogwarts Legacy.
True.
Or false? There are
Okay.
44. So you won, but you didn't bet 1,000.
But I won.
Oh god. All right, so give us your 1-minute rant on whatever you want, and then pick the person in the chat that won like the $10 voucher after you give us your rant. Go ahead.
You Okay, so my rant, I keep my rants light. You know this. I just again want to reiterate that Xbox is king, and everybody else should bow down, and
The
that's it.
fuck?
No, but yeah, good show, fun time. That's all I really got to say. I don't really go on crazy 1 minute rants or anything. I don't have a tirade to give you. But picking a person in the chat, I'm giving it to Vinny today. I'm giving it to Vinny today because
Oh yeah, yeah.
Vinny was killing it. So Vinny, you get $10, bud.
Vinwardo, dude, just DM TSWS Gaming, and then
Hmm.
we'll send you your $10 voucher on whatever platform you want, and etc. etc.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to everyone for coming through. Time for the last point. Oh God.
Oh,
All right.
Dragonheart in the chat says he wants to pass the $10 from last week onto Vinny.
All right. So that's $20 for Vinny.
There you go, Vinny.
DM us, and then we'll sort that out. Okay. Square Enix is sorry. Last point. Square Enix is the Ja Morant or Kyrie Irving of the gaming industry. Other
This has
than EA, what other publisher self-sabotages this often? Even EA breaks character by releasing stuff like Jedi Fallen Order, Grid Legends, or Wild Hearts. But Square, it's as if they want to fail. Selling Tomb and Deus Ex for chump change, letting go of devs responsible for Guardians of the Galaxy, releasing Octopath Traveler on all platforms but skipping Xbox for the sequel. Green lighting for Spoken, and that's the worst offense for me. Like, if you're gonna release a subpar AAA game, does it have to be the one with the first black female protagonist we've seen in years? Final Fantasy seems to be the only thing they can consistently get right. Might as well call them Square Fantasy. Yes, I'm intentionally ignoring Dragon Quest. Sue me. Square Enix has fallen short of expectations. Tell that to the shareholders. Thank you for listening.
That's good.